Car just sold for $3.1 million. Not a Ferrari, not a Bugatti, a Mercedes-Benz with side pipes that shoot fire and beats modern supercars. Only 150 exist in the world. They're vanishing into private collections. This is the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 edition, the car that changed everything and still makes rich people fight to own one almost 20 years later. When the normal SLR McLaren wasn't special enough for the super rich, Mercedes and McLaren built something better. They made a car that honors the greatest race win ever while making other fast cars look boring. The 722 edition wasn't made to follow others, it was made to lead. Why would anyone pay $3 million for a car today? Being rare is part of it. Only 150 were built, with just 25 coming to America, but many cars are rare. The 722's value comes from something more important. It marks the perfect time when two famous companies worked together to create what many call the last true driver's car. The big 5.4-liter V8 engine with a supercharger makes 650 horsepower and 605 pound-feet of torque, still amazing today. Each engine was built by one expert at AMG's factory in Germany. This person signs their name on the engine, promising it's perfect. This car goes from stopped to 60 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds. Top speed, 209 miles per hour. But these numbers don't tell the whole story. The 722 gives drivers a feeling that new supercars with all their computers can't match. The connection between car and driver is direct and real. The name 722 comes from an amazing racing story. In 1955, driver Sterling Moss and his helper Denise Jenkinson won the dangerous 1,000-mile Mille Miglia race in Italy. Their race number was 722 because they started at 7:22 in the morning. They finished the race at an average speed of nearly 100 miles per hour on regular roads, a record no one has broken since. The 722 edition doesn't just honor this win, it captures its spirit. Every part of the 722 edition shows complete attention to detail. The engineers changed about 300 parts from the regular SLR. They lowered the car by 10 mm and put in harder suspension for better handling. They made special 19-inch wheels to make the car lighter. They added bigger brakes to stop better. The front and rear were redesigned to stick to the road at high speeds. From the outside, you notice darker headlights and taillights, making the car look meaner. Red 722 badges tell everyone this isn't a normal SLR. Inside, the cabin focuses on the driver, with carbon fiber everywhere and special seats covered in Alcantara, like suede, with red stitching. The steering wheel is wrapped in the same material, and the metal shift paddles were redesigned for faster gear changes. What makes the 722 truly special is how it works in two ways. It has the comfort you expect from a Mercedes, so you can drive long distances without getting tired, but push the gas pedal down, and it turns into a monster that can race against track cars. This two-faced personality makes the 722 so wanted. Unlike many new supercars that live in temperature-controlled garages, the 722 was built to be driven. The side pipes create a sound like nothing else, a deep, loud roar that gets attention from far away. At full speed, the supercharger's high pitch mixes with the V8's growl to make a sound no speaker system can copy. Time has been good to the 722. While prices of many exotic cars go up and down, the 722 edition has only gone up. A car that cost about $480,000 now sells for over $1 million, with special ones like those changed by McLaren Special Operations reaching $3 million or more. This isn't just a car, it's an investment better than most stocks. What's amazing is how the 722 still feels modern despite being designed almost 20 years ago. Its carbon fiber body, once new and different, is now normal for fast cars. Its special shape has influenced many cars that came later. Even its engine placement, in front but pushed back, has become popular again in new supercars trying to balance weight perfectly. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 edition isn't just part of car history, it's the whole story. It shows what's possible when two legendary companies work together without cutting corners. In a world where even expensive cars are mass-produced, the 722 stands alone as something truly special. a car people will never forget. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 722 so special. Driving this car is unlike anything else. When car reviewers first tested it, they were shocked. One writer said, "Flatten the throttle, and the 722 blurs time and space. If you could unpaste your head from the seatback, you'd find the horizon in your lap." The engine is a masterpiece. While most supercars put their engines in the middle or back, the 722 places its V8 up front but pushed far back for perfect balance. It's supercharged, which means it has a special air pump that forces more oxygen into the engine, making it much more powerful. This gives the 722 something modern turbo engines can't match: instant power with no delay. The sound of a 722 starting up will make your heart beat faster. The deep rumble shakes the ground around it. At idle, it sounds like a sleeping beast. Push the gas pedal and it wakes up with a roar that echoes off buildings. The side pipes don't just look cool, they're shorter than normal exhausts, which means less restriction and more noise. Inside the car, you sit in carbon fiber seats covered in black Alcantara with red stitching. The center console rises up high between the seats, making you feel like you're in a fighter jet. The gear shift is unlike other cars that's on the center console but shaped like an airplane throttle. Push it forward for park, pull it back for drive and manual modes. The doors don't open like normal cars either. They swing up and out, not quite like a Lamborghini's scissors doors, but more like wings called gull wing doors. This isn't just for show. This design makes the car stronger and safer. When you close the door, it sounds like a bank vault shutting, solid and secure. The 722 isn't perfect. The ride is very stiff, even on smooth roads. Hit a bump and you'll feel it in your spine. The steering doesn't give as much feedback as some sports cars, and the 5-speed automatic transmission feels old compared to today's dual-clutch gearboxes. But these flaws are part of what makes the 722 special. It's not sanitized or computerized like modern cars, it's raw and real. Let's talk about the car's looks. The 722 isn't flashy like a Lamborghini. It's more subtle, more serious. The long hood stretches out in front of you, with 2 small bumps to show where the engine sits beneath. The car sits impossibly low to the ground, just 4 inches of clearance. The back end is short and wide, with a spoiler that automatically rises at high speeds. The body is made almost entirely of carbon fiber, the same material used in Formula One cars. In 2006, this was revolutionary. The car weighs just 3,800 pounds, light for a car with such a big engine and so much luxury. Today, carbon fiber is common in supercars, but the 722 was one of the pioneers. Only 150 of these cars were ever built, each one slightly different. Some went to famous people. Michael Jordan owned one. Some disappeared into private collections in the Middle East and have never been seen again. Finding one for sale today is rare, and prices keep climbing. What makes the 722 so valuable isn't just its speed or its looks, it's what it represents. It was built during a special time, after computers entered car design but before they took over completely. It was made when 2 great companies, Mercedes-Benz and McLaren, were working together at the peak of their partnership. Today, Mercedes and McLaren are rivals again. They compete against each other in Formula One racing, and they build their own supercars separately. The SLR McLaren 722 edition stands as a monument to what they achieved together, a perfect blend of German engineering and British racing expertise. Look at modern supercars, and you'll see the 722's influence everywhere. The carbon fiber construction, the active aerodynamics, the focus on downforce, the balance between luxury and performance. The 722 wasn't the first car to have these features, but it combined them in a way that changed how people think about fast cars. Even the car's failures became influential. The 722 taught car makers important lessons about what works and what doesn't in a high-performance GT car. Its successors, like the Mercedes SLS AMG and the McLaren MP412C, took these lessons and improved on them. As years pass, the 722 gets more special, not less. In a world where new supercars appear every year with more power and fancier technology, the 722 edition remains timeless. It doesn't need trick hybrid systems or fancy touchscreens to impress. It does it the old-fashioned way, with raw power, beautiful design, and that sound, that incredible, unforgettable sound. The 722 edition isn't just a fast car. It's a time capsule, a reminder of when supercars were dangerous, exciting, and made no apologies. A bridge between the analog past and the digital present, a legend that refuses to fade away.